Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Before I give you guys this information regarding Megalopolis, please subscribe to the channel and share with a friend. It helps us a lot. We're trying to get to our 50th subscriber, and it would help if you help us get to that goal. So, this is a quick review of Megalopolis. Like I said, quick, I'm going to run through it. Overall, my score for the film, I give it a 7 out of 10. I would argue that it's a 7.5 out of 10. This is not a film for your average moviegoer. It is an artsy film. There are a lot of concepts and themes that will go over someone's head if they are not paying attention. I think Francis Ford Coppola has done a good job with this film, and I think it is a film he can be content with from a creative's perspective. Like I said, I liked the film, but I already knew what I was walking into. I didn't expect it to be the easiest to digest. I also didn't expect it to be a horror film or your typical action film, which does not have a depthy plot or any concepts that make you think any deeper. Like I said, this is not for your average moviegoer. Most of the reviewers that you're gonna see reviewing this movie more than likely will not like it, but there will probably be some that will give you more details about the film. The box office has nothing to do with the quality of the film. We know that the box office is not going to be spectacular at all. This film cost $120 million. I don't think it was marketed the best. There was some decent marketing behind it, but once again, I think a lot of studios were afraid to pick up this film for distribution because they don't know how to actually market the film. And so Lionsgate did what they could, but do I expect this film to make money? No, I don't expect it to make money. But I do think overall it was a good film, and I do recommend it. If you're really into film, like I said, you have to have a deep respect for cinema, a deep respect for art. I think if you're a creative yourself, it is a film that you can appreciate. I thought the story was fine. It wasn't hard to follow whatsoever, but I do understand that people may not understand it or get it. I think there are some concepts within this film that if you're not paying attention, like I said earlier, they're gonna go over your head. There's a lot of visuals that I think people can't get over as far as understanding the connection. A lot of it is figurative, and so you have to be thinking a different way when you actually watch this movie. But Adam Driver is playing Caesar Catalina, the futuristic architect that this story revolves around. I will let you guys know there are a lot of moving parts in this film and a lot of characters that interact with Caesar Catalina, Adam Driver's character, but at the end of the day, he is the main character. So whether people are conspiring against him, working with him, or are a love interest, he is the main character that you are going to be focused on within this film. Like I said, he is the architect. He built Megalon. He is trying to build Megalopolis, but there are other characters that are conspiring against him. Another character that is in this film is Giancarlo Esposito. He is Mayor Franklin Cicero. He is one of those characters that has conspired against Adam Driver's character. You have Nathalie Emmanuel, Julia Cicero, who is Franklin Cicero's daughter, and she plays a huge part in this film as well because she ends up becoming Caesar's love interest, and they have a whole family towards the end there. Not trying to give away too many spoilers here, but just trying to outline some things. Then you have Aubrey Plaza, who plays Wow Platinum. She is a TV presenter. She really works on like the news there, but she's figured out a way to try to infiltrate Caesar's family and gain power within the ranks of that family by schmoozing and doing sexual favors for multiple people in that family. She's actually Caesar's mistress in this film at the beginning of the film, and then she ends up moving on to someone else in his family. I believe it's his uncle. So yeah, I thought she was a nice addition to this cast, to be quite honest. Her character is a very interesting character as well. She really has a big role in this film, and so I have to praise Aubrey Plaza because really I didn't know that she could act that well. Her acting is, I wouldn't say it's Oscar worthy in this film, but it opened my eyes to her ability to act because I haven't really watched many things with her in them as far as like film or shows. I know she's been around for a while, but I've never actually sat down and watched anything that she was in. But this was a great film for her to actually show her acting ability, so gotta praise her for that. But yeah, she is a cool character in this film. Not a good person in the film, but a cool character and a good addition to the cast. Like I said, you have Shia LaBeouf as Claudio Pulcher, who is Caesar's cousin. Him and Caesar have this thing. It's like a rivalry. Adam Driver doesn't so much dislike him, but Shia LaBeouf is a very nefarious character in this film, and he's always trying to conspire against his cousin to maintain power. it seems that his father, who is John Voight's character, he really favors Adam Driver's character, Caesar Catalina, because Catalina is really the genius and he's trying to push the future forward, and John Voight's character understands that. So let's move on to John Voight's character. He's Hamilton Crassus III. He is the wealthy uncle and he is the head of the National Bank. So he's really funding everything in the city. He is basically the biggest player as far as from a financial standpoint. You have Esposito, who is the mayor. Like I said, Franklin Cicero, he's the mayor, but John Voight really controls the financials. So he really has all the powers and he controls what happens within the city as far as architecture, the government. This is really like a city-state within New York, and you can see that. The area that this film takes place in is called New Rome. Like I said, Adam Driver's character has built Megalon in New Rome, and he's trying to actually expand it into Megalopolis. Basically, Megalon is an older area now, and it needs to be expanded. There needs to be new ideas pushed forward. And like I said, Adam Driver's character is the character that is set to do that. And John Voight, Hamilton Crassus, understands that. So he's really there to try to help Adam Driver do this, while Adam Driver's character is being conspired against by Mayor Franklin Cicero and Shia LaBeouf, his own cousin. Really, Shia LaBeouf's character, Claudio, he's only concerned with just having power. So it's really interesting to see those different people really conspiring against one man at one point in time on screen. So that covers Hamilton Crassus III. Then you have Lawrence Fishburne, who really is the narrator of the film, and he's Adam Driver's driver. He's kind of his assistant as well. So that's his character in the film. He doesn't have so much a huge role in the film as far as the inner workings of what's going on with the Megalopolis construction or anything like that, but Fishburne is there. He is the narrator, and it's kind of cool to hear him narrate this film, quite honestly. This film really almost runs as like a play, something very theatrical. Obviously, it's in theater, but it's something that I feel like I could see on Broadway. And so when I say this is really an art film, something you have to appreciate the craft, this film is really encapsulating of that indeed. You have Talia Shire. She's a smaller character, but she is Caesar's mother. They have a very interesting relationship in this film. She almost begrudgingly has to deal with her son. She's always making snide remarks towards him. She treats him in a very negative way, and so he's always respectful of her. He respects who she is and her position in his life, but they have a very interesting relationship, so it's very interesting to see that on screen as well. So I've really covered the majority of the big characters in this film. Like I said, this film, it really plays out like a theatrical play that you'd see on Broadway or something like that. There's a lot of themes of Roman and Greek politics involved in this film, and that is showcased heavily as you are watching. But I think that's a good review of the film, guys. I don't want to give you too much. If you are excited to see this film, like I said, I recommend you guys give this movie a watch. I'll probably buy it on Blu-ray, honestly. One thing I'd like to do before I wrap this thing up is just praise that acting one more time. So many good actors in this, a lot of great performances. And visually, like I said, the film is an experience. It's a very artsy film. I think Francis Ford Coppola still has the eye for filmmaking and directing. Like I said, I think this film is a pretty good film, honestly. Most people, like I said, are probably not going to like it, but I can't really speak to their perspective. From my perspective, I like the film and I recommend it. So with that being said, that was my quick review of Megalopolis. Please go watch that film and let me know what you think down below in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, share with a friend, ring the bell for notifications, and be safe. It is Neff signing off.